This is OC on the Town over at South Coast Repertory with Mina Morita, the director for Wish You Were Here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about Wish You Were Here.
It's about friendship, really, about 5 women who are best of friends, grew up together, and that their circumstances, like for many of us, change over a lifetime, whether we like it or not. And things in our lives continue on, whether we want them to stay frozen in time or not.
Wonderful. So, Wish You Were Here, it's across a time span, quite a large time span. It's about 10 years, is that right?
Yeah, 1978 to 1991 in Karaj.
Was that one of the challenges you faced to try and depict that time span on in a 2-hour production?
Yeah, I mean, Sanaz Tusi is an incredible writer, and so from scene to scene, you get a real sense of different things changing in the women's lives, whether it's a marriage or kids or being pregnant, or and some things I won't go into here. Just I don't want to spoil anything, but you know, things that happen in our daily lives that, in some ways, are larger than what's happening politically or culturally, even.
You have such an amazing cast. I'm a big fan. What was your collaboration like during the rehearsal process?
Yeah, I mean, it's a joy to work with this group of women. They're so talented, as you're saying, and there's such a depth to their performances. And it was really about understanding what the overall spine of the piece wanted to be, and the specific ways these different women choose to vie for attention, their personalities, and what we wanted to underscore and what we wanted to lift up. And Sanaz is an incredible writer in the sense that she writes symphonically, so you can really feel the cadences inside of the scenes and how we build to a moment or what we want to focus on. So that's a lot of the work we've been doing in the room, as well as going into great depth around the backgrounds of the characters, whether that's spoken in the show or not. This is how we build really layered relationships and characters.
And Sanaz, she's a Orange County native as well.
She is, yeah. And my understanding is her relationship with South Coast Repertory is really deep. And so everything from the acting conservatory to being in the literary office here, I feel like this is truly an artistic home for her. So I'm honored to just be asked to direct here in particular. We had a tea at her mom Mona's house, which was really special. Yeah.
Do you envision this play to speak to a particular generation, or can it be for universal and not just for Persian community? It's something that we can all relate to.
Oh, absolutely. I think, Sanaz says this is a love letter to her mother and her mother's generation, so we start there. And if anybody has a dear, dear friend that they go through life with, then this play is really for them. And I think of all the women in particular in my life who have made an impact on who I am. This play is about our relationship.
Was there any personal influences for you that you looked back on when you were directing this piece?
I think a lot about how we grieve the loves and friendships of our life, as well as how we celebrate them and our strengths, and how we can be really brash and brassy as women, and we can also be beautiful, and all of the colors and tones in between. So I wouldn't say I had a particular influence, but I think my life is thankfully very, very rich with many different people. And I feel like they are the fabric from which I often weave any kind of directing of a play or production.
Did you learn anything about the Persian culture? Any things you liked, didn't like whilst being involved in this production?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the fun moments are like the both politeness, but that to the point where you like, for example, vying for paying the check, or like politeness, but that it also is, there's a lot of fun inside of that. I think there's also a great depth of feeling and emotion, and sometimes talking around things too. So like we've all talked about that as a group in our dramaturgy and our table work. And I was also lucky to be working on English, Sanaza's other play, about 2 years ago at Berkeley Repertory Theater, where we also were speaking a lot about the different and beautiful and some similar cultural aspects. Yeah.
That one's currently going up on Broadway soon too as well.
Is.
Maybe
We're
we'll
really
see that.
excited for them.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see that at South Coast Rep soon.
Yeah, that would be really wonderful.
Perfect. And Mina, was there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, I just want to celebrate all of those writers out there who are starting in every which corner of this country, and just how important it is that our local theaters support them in the way that South Coast Rep has supported Sanaz, because it is their voices and their stories that are going to represent so many more of us in the coming decades, and I'm just here to celebrate new plays. Play.
Before we conclude, I just would like to say too, as a Persian actress, I think it's wonderful to see some representation in a local theatre as well. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time for being with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.